So I already made a video about Remnant from the Ashes, but I never made a video specifically for the DLC, Subject 2923. And that's really not giving it its due justice, because this DLC has a ton of stuff in it. So today I'm talking about that, what you get with the DLC, is it worth it, is it not, do you wait for a sale, do you buy it full price? So if you're interested in that, you came to the right place. I'm Gunyan, thank you for stopping by, and let's get into the video. First of all, I wanna apologize for the bad quality of the voice. I left my microphone in my dorm's room, and right now I'm at home, so I have no microphone here, and I have to record using my iPad microphone. Apologies, and it will not be the same in the next video. So just like I said, I already made a video for Remnant from the Ashes. If you're interested in that, check it out, it's on the channel. It would be much appreciated if you tell me your opinion of the game. But this video is about the DLC. So what does it give you? It gives you two new areas that you can go to. One of them is the World Prime. It's basically like a Earth kind of deal. It's abandoned, dark, mysterious, with a lot of the root monsters that we've already fought, but the unique location is really fun to go through, even though the enemies are repeated. The other location they give you is the main meat of the DLC. It's Rysum. It has new enemy types, it's a snowy region, it has new weapons, new armor, and I really do like Rysum. I like World Prime a little bit more, even though it has reused enemies. But still, the vibe of it is really there, and I really appreciated just having it in the game and not just giving us one new world. As expected, of course, these new worlds come with new bosses that you can fight in them. There's a lot of new bosses in the DLC, mainly most of them take place in Rysum, but there's one final boss that takes place in World Prime, and damn, it's hard. It's way harder than the final boss in the main game, let me tell you that. I still didn't beat it. It took me a really like 50 tries and I just can't beat it, it's too hard. But the boss itself is fun. I'm not complaining about the design, about the look, about the feel. It feels and looks great, but it's a really hard fight, at least for me. And the bosses in the DLC itself are also fun. I think they're a step above the bosses in the main game. They have more movesets, they look more complex. So I really do like that. It feels like a step up from the game itself, and it's only a hint of what Remnant 2 will give us, hopefully. Besides that, the new enemy race is also fun to fight. They have many rusher type enemies, many ranged enemies. They're unique, they're not like the other factions in the game. They do feel kinda similar to them, but they are different. So they are a new and fresh vibe to the game, and I do enjoy fighting them, and I do love their design. These rats in the snow that have assault rifles, they're really fun to fight. Other than the new enemies, if you had a problem with the building in the game, in the main Remnant from the Ashes game, the character building wasn't that fleshed out. The Courses DLC added more to it, but this DLC adds even more. That's a whole new element, the Frost element. You can build your character around Frost, it has new trinkets, new weapons and armor, which all of course add to the pool of the possibilities that you can use to build characters. And speaking of pools, the DLC itself adds to the survivor pool and the whole new world adventure pool. So every time you start a new survival mode game, you can have a chance of getting Rysum and Rysum enemies and guns and weapons and stuff from that DLC. So it already adds enough on its own, but it also adds to existing game modes in the game, which I really do appreciate because it makes them more fleshed out and makes it more fun to replay them. And speaking of replayability, the DLC adds a ton. You have to replay the DLC on its own. That's my only issue with the DLC, is that you can't play it as a continuation of the DLC, of the story of the game. Anytime you want to replay the DLC or play specific parts of it, you have to start basically a new campaign mode, which I think ruins part of it because it makes it feel like it's two separate games, which I don't like, but I think it's not that big of an issue. It could have been better, hopefully they do it differently in Remnant 2, but still, it doesn't mean it's bad, it's just a different way of interacting with it. But the DLC by its own is still fun to go through and I do enjoy it. It takes a couple of hours to do, just like every other area in Remnant 2 if you've played them. It takes the same amount of time, but a little more since it has more story implications, more enemies, more new bosses. So it's gonna take you a little more time, but still it's more or less about the same time. And speaking of story implications, the DLC adds a lot of them, and I do enjoy most of what it has here. The World Prime location is really fun to go through. It has different levels to it and different secrets that you need to unlock. So I do enjoy the puzzle aspect of it. I do enjoy Rysum itself, with the new characters in it and how they connect to the main game and how they affect the root problem. So I do enjoy most of the story beats in the DLC, and I think they add to the world and they expand it, and I can't wait to see what happens in Remnant 2 when it comes to the whole root infestation deal. So yeah, basically my point with the DLC is you can buy it at full price. It's only like $10, which, like I've said in my other videos, is less than a Call of Duty skin. So if you're spending that money on those stupid ass skins, this DLC is way more worth it. If you enjoyed the main game, please give this a chance because it only adds to what already was in the game, and I really think you're gonna enjoy it. If you enjoy single player, co-op, whatever it is, just shooting and looting, you're gonna love this DLC as I did, and I honestly can't wait for Remnant 2 because it looks amazing and it's just my most anticipated game of the year. I'm going crazy waiting for it, that's why I'm replaying Remnant 2. But if you're interested in any more Remnant videos, be sure to let me know in the comments because I would be more than happy to make videos about it. I enjoy the game, I love the game. But for now, yeah, that's it. It's a short video for today, only 7 minutes. That's all I had to say for the DLC. Buy it, play it, let me know what you think of it. And if you're interested in anything else on the channel, open world games, that's kind of my deal. You can check it out. I would be happy if you did. And if you liked this video, please consider liking, subscribing because it really helps out the channel. And other than that, thank you for watching, and as always, have a nice day.